Well, hello everyone. My name is Yair, and this is my presentation on fuzzy cognitive maps based on a literature review, a tool to simulate ecosystem services co-production. This presentation was supervised by Dr. Laura Rasmussen and Martin Jepsen from the University of Copenhagen at the section of geography. This presentation belonged to my PhD project at the university, and we aim to create or design a policymaking tool that is supported by agent-based modeling. And our purpose is to provide the tool to construct policies to create sustainable landscapes via spatial planning. At this stage, we are doing only the exploration of theory and data. We are just looking for statistical data. For the second year, we are going to model in an agent-based model in NetLogo. And for the third year, we are going to validate it and project it utilizing fieldwork data. We are working with the Mayan group in the Yucatan Peninsula in Mexico. Our method is departed from the idea that we can transfer networks to fuzzy cognitive maps because basically both of them show or represent the interaction between several variables. The good point in fuzzy cognitive maps is that we can even use it to simulate the increase or decrease of the variables if we modify a variable of origin. Our method included the literature synthesis from 79 articles. So we collected information on presence and absence of 75 variables that were used to describe the social ecological system between the Mayas of the Yucatan Peninsula. And we create an adjacency matrix that shows how related are paired variables. So we calculate the co-occurrence associations between different variables in the social ecological system. And after we discriminate those associations that were lower than 25%. This was from a more longer analysis of selecting different type of degrees of association in order to have a higher amount of linkages, but reducing the amount of information also that we have to analyze. We transferred the final graph to a mental modeler, and we organize it and adjust it utilizing literature, more a qualitative stage, trying to give weights in a qualitative manner. This is the initial results of our research. Um, Here I showed you the network of the 75 variables without reducing the information. So we describe this network as a highly connected network with few highly associated variables. This means that even the network is highly connected and most variables are paired together. This doesn't mean that uh, they are very associated in most of the articles. So the association increased when the pair variables were presented together in more articles. In most of the case of pair variables, they were not presented together in many of these articles. At the end, after the discrimination of nodes and linkages, we only kept 9 ecosystem services, 8 land uses, 4 land covers, 3 capitals, and we mixed together the proximates and underlying drivers in only 2 categories because they were closely related, which are conservation policies and productive policies. We also had to create a very basic conceptual model that helped us to understand the direction of the influence of one variable on another. So we think that the drivers influence the presence or absence of some capitals that compose land covers, and these land covers through different land uses provide ecosystem services. This is the final stage of the creation of the fuzzy cognitive map. As you can see, the variables that you can observe in the rectangles, they belong to the network analysis. We are only showing those nodes that were very representative for the 79 articles we reviewed. The directions between in the arrows, they belong to the theoretical framework I mentioned before in the previous slide, and the weights were only calculated with the qualitative categories with low influence, medium influence, and high influence. And this influence were determined utilizing what the authors describe on their manuscripts. Uh, we think that that the method we designed in this case is very good to visualize the connection between variables. It's also good to show the potential influence of central variable and other. And it's very good to communicate the complexity of ecosystem services co-production. However, since we were looking for the simulation of the co-production of ecosystem services, it has some lacks and some problems because we cannot estimate in a proper manner the weight of influence from one variable to another. Uh, we cannot simulate objectively ecosystem services co-production because we require empiric or expert-based support that can tell us how is more related one variable to another. So this kind of method can be improved if we utilize uh, workshops with experts that can give us a better idea that support the co-production model. And that's all. Thank you very much.
All right. Hey, Yair, thank you so much for being here. Great job on your presentation. All right, I've got a quick question for you here. Can this support valuation of ecosystem services co-production?
Co-production evaluation, yeah, I think it's related to support of experts. I mean, we notice that we need the experts to support this kind of information because the literature is very broad and we cannot only understand what's happening in the ecosystems with the literature. So I think it's very important to include this kind of information from experts. Yeah.
Okay, perfect. And then what is the primary audience for a fuzzy cognitive map? Decision makers, scientists, the public?
I think in this case, we suppose that it's more for decision makers and the public because it's a easy manner to express how the many things in the world, real world, are connected. Yeah. Mhm.
Okay, perfect. Let me see. And can you tell me what the next step is in your research?
Yeah, we are looking for transfer this kind of information to something more sophisticated, to Bayesian networks, and also to agent-based modeling, in order to observe the behavior of the system in a more complex manner. And it's also to transfer it to the people in a very visual way, visible way. Yeah.
Yeah, perfect. Awesome. Again, thank you so much for being here with us. We hope you can come in to Florida next year. It'd be great to see where your progress has gone. Okay. Thanks so much.
Thank you.